Now, of course, we come to the editorial page of the Gainesville Sun for Friday, April 12th, 2013. And the entire page, the editorial and the op-ed, are all about the environment. And, of course, it's the usual liberal, blather. One of the things I like here is that here's a commentary by James Lillifors. Next step is taming the weather, and his meme, if you want to call it that, is if we basically says if we put a man on the moon, we can certainly figure out a way to fund changing of the weather so that we don't have climate change, so that the climate will stay the same, or whatever he says. Anyway, it's a long thing. So they have dozens of other countries, meanwhile, have created robust programs aimed at taming the weather. And China's Weather Modification Bureau, can you imagine this, employs about 40,000 people. But it's fascinating to me to see when you take a look at us and what we could do and what we will do to tame the weather. It's a joke. You might as well just let it go and realize that if it's going to happen, and of course it's interesting because like yesterday there was an article that said something like they're thinking they might have made a mistake, that really it's interesting that the oceans are warming and not the earth. And it's deep down in the ocean, and a whole bunch of new statistics are coming to the fore that put a shadow over the conventional wisdom on climate change, global warming, global cooling, whatever it is. And what it all boils down to is, with all the supercomputers and all the people that are involved in this, they don't really know. They really don't know. I mean, things can change and people forget about the sun, which has a pretty good influence on us. Anyway, so then we go here to another from the Kansas City Star. U.S. power production trends offer an unusual scenario. There's something left, and this is one of those that let's do the renewables again. And of course, one of the things that always I find interesting is there's lies, damn lies, and statistics. And they talk about percentages of increases in different things. For instance, renewable energy has gone up 200-300%. Fossil fuels have decreased 2 or 3%. Or of what? I mean, when you realize that fossil fuels make up 80% or more of the energy consumption, and it's just trillions of cubic whatever BTUs, and a 6% reduction is a lot. But a 100% increase in renewables is nothing. I mean, they went from 1 to 2. There's 100%, whereas fossil fuels went from 100 to 95, which is dwarfs any increase in the renewables. So I'm just pulling these numbers. Basically, this is not exactly what they said. And of course, all these statistics, if you want to call it that, are subject to some, I won't say derision, but this stuff can change when you realize that they are statistics. This is based on very limited data in terms of the time involved. Even 20 or 30, 40 years is not much in geologic time. Anyway, so environmentalists can counter that energy production from renewable sources has risen 100% over the last 40 years. Big deal. That's nothing. So anyway, the point is, these guys, none of these people are talking about using the market to decide what goes where. And one of the things that happens is, as we run out of oil and gas, and as the prices go up, people will change their behavior instantaneously. I've always said that. So anyway, then the next item is let me just stop here for a second.